Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're alright, because it's time for the Rustor Showcase. The Rustor rotation has happened, and we have the complete sets Rustor for 2026. Now, I will ask you, were you walking into this with high hopes, right? I did kind of try and get into people's heads. You should walk into this only expecting to be, like, whelmed. Camouflage skins, face punch are reversed like camouflage skins. And I should point this out, actually, right here, right now. You might notice today we've got 2 auto turret skins being accepted. But in the official Ruskin making Discord, there was an announcement. They don't want to see camouflage auto turret skins being made. They don't want that to happen. You might have noticed recently we saw a Forest Raiders auto turret being produced. They don't want to have like green turrets and whatnot. And I'm not sure about those space station themed auto turrets, for example, the white ones. Are they going to be alright? Because they are just basically matching up to the building skin, but they're white and in the snow, but they have lasers. Yeah, so I'm not really sure about that, but I have to point that out. Don't expect any sort of like green, light brown, or white auto turrets being accepted. I know No Mercy's there, but it's black and white, whatever. So, alright, cool. At least we are aware. And that kind of gives you a good idea that Face Punch doesn't seem to want to accept camouflage skins. I know they specifically mentioned it for auto turrets, but it kind of gives you a good idea of what's going on. So, alright, cool. Understandable. We still saw some interesting skins, though. I can sit here and say, at the very least, Knights Templar is now complete. That's cool. I have been talking a lot about that naval camo jacket for a good, few weeks now. I was fully expecting that to appear. And, well, boom! It's appeared. It's been accepted. Awesome. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen with Hellcore. I did buy 50 each of the hoodie and pants, if you might recall. And after seeing, like, a second attempt not even being accepted fairly soon, I was like, uh-oh. I mean, we've got the poncho and the bandana accepted. Is that it? Is that the end of, like, Hellcore? No. It was being saved for complete the sets. Now I anticipate Tier 2. Oh, yes. All right, so that's cool. And I can confirm we have seen some lovely spikes in demand, spikes in price today. Knights Templar, Hellcore, oh, it's looking good. I'll also sit here and say a surprise return with Xenotype. A small box was accepted. Could we see like a rebirth of Xenotype with some small boxes? What would you like to see being made if that were to happen? What small boxes could Xenotype make next that you'd actually like really want to see? Molten Visage makes a return with an electric furnace. That's pretty cool. Heatseeker bolt action rifle, transparent aim sight. I'm not actually sure how many bolt action rifles have transparent aim sights, so we might have to quickly find that out. But just to also point out again, with both the auto turrets, one of them wasn't a collection continuation, but last week we didn't have any auto turrets in the Rust store. I get the feeling Face Punch probably wanted people to look at the industrial DLC a little bit more, especially with that auto turret skin in there. Probably want to get some extra sales, but now this week, they're probably thinking about accepting Murder Hornet auto turret last week, but they thought they'd just postpone it. This is just me thinking hypotheticals. Alright, you know what? It's fine. 2 interesting auto turret skins being accepted this week. I'm not surprised to see No Mercy. I was fully expecting it. But hey, it's always of the quality. Quality. It's like No Mercy is always of the quality like standard it always has, you know? I never really look at it and think, I always look at it and think, oh yeah, it's fine. I mean, it is the most popular skin collection with the most acceptances and whatnot. It can't do any wrong, so that's fair enough. A certain bow was accepted. I shouldn't say its name because I might get in trouble. I've got to wait a few more minutes and then I might be able to say it. A fully transparent fridge, that's cool. From Hell Collection makes a sudden return. And the price. So, you know what? Let's actually hop out of here real quickly. Let's go ahead and just quickly point out of all the skins, which ones are and are not abnormal. And yes, I will discuss the prices in a second, but 16 skins in total. I'd like to confirm to you, Knights Templar, Red Sun gloves and boots are not abnormal. The training sleeper bag is not abnormal. The miniaturized furnace is not abnormal. The cell custom SMG is not abnormal. And that particular bow right there is not abnormal, okay? I know I'm not going to say the name, I'm sorry. I've been in trouble before with some previous skins in the collection. I'd also like to point out, if you would go to micro522.com, which is linked in the description, if you go to the accepted section, you'll see with your own eyes every single skin had a positive upvote to downvote ratio. And to my surprise, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but quite a lot of the skins were actually submitted somewhat recently. Like, with Complete the Sets, you were probably expecting a lot of skins from the past, like from years ago. But we only had like a select few from just like at least a year ago. So if I were to now quickly go over to here and go to SMM, and you can see like the dates of when they were recently made and finally accepted. We did actually have some early picks. So Heat Seeker Bolt Action Rifle, and what else was a recent submission? I do believe we had another one. I'll find it out in a second. Come on, Hedge, where is it? Wow, I actually lost it. There's definitely two. But yes, there's actually like a lot of skins that are submitted within like the past 2 months. Oh, Molten Visage Electric Furnace, there you go. So the oldest skin was in fact the Armored Double Door, and it's $4. Armored Double Door, $4. No Mercy Auto Turret, $4. Heat Seeker Bolt Action Rifle, $4. Wow. So you're telling me we have a large Rust store with 16 skins in total, and you're also trying to charge them at a high price as well? I don't think these skins will be selling ridiculously this week. Maybe they do. I should point out the Rust store rotated somewhat late today. Not ridiculously, but it wouldn't surprise me if quite a lot of the Europeans were asleep. Maybe within the next 20 or so hours, the sales pick up. We'll see. But we're about 3 hours in, and the top selling skin is only 2,400 subscribers. We'll talk more about that in my predictions video, because of course you're probably interested and curious out of all these skins, which of them potentially could turn out to be a nice investment for the week. I'm expecting some calm sales. I think it might be a bit of a quiet week. There's a lot of skins available, and the prices are a little bit too high. I don't think too many people are going to jump in and make some investments and whatnot. In comparison to the previous week, well, we did see some interesting skins there, didn't we? And last night we did do the abnormal barders. So let's go over to here. Let's just quickly point that out. A certain electric furnace definitely caught our eye, and we questioned, is it going to actually work out all right, whatnot? So if you'd like to learn about abnormal skins, if you want to get involved with like Ruskin investing, I'd definitely recommend you consider watching the Ruskin Abnormal Barders for June 11, 2026. I'd recommend you watch the first 5 minutes, skip ahead to the Barders chapter, watch as it happens, and then listen in as we do the Abnormal Barder support. We'll look at all the skins, we'll look and see how many barders each skin has, how high the prices go, and that kind of gives you a good idea in regards to whether these skins can actually retain their value in the future. Both the Popstar Electric Furnace and the Tribal Alloy Sap, they had a lot of support behind them. I bought 30 of each last night. I would buy more, but I'm actually kind of running out of funds now, if that sounds funny. Soon, though, I'll start selling, because it's almost summer peaks. July and August is where we tend to see a lot of Rust skin prices improve and reach all-time high prices. But I'll talk more about that in predictions. So, all right, cool. Did you buy anything for the previous week? And have you bought anything from the current week? Feel free to comment below. And now, before we even move on, I just want to add one extra thing. I've been informed that some changes have been made with the roadmap. As you'll notice here from Mr. Protox on Twitter, Battle Pass has been removed. But they've changed it for something else. So, where is it? Battle Pass was mentioned in Q3. It's now changed to Rust Premium. And apparently this was actually mentioned in the blog post last week, as you'll see over to here. So thank you once again to Mr. Protox for keeping an eye on all of this. People heard the word Battle Pass and they went... Sorry for the dramatization. But anyway, I've kind of been sitting here and trying to figure out, like, what on earth would they do for a Battle Pass that wouldn't upset people? And I've noticed something that's happened recently that Facepunch has done that's kind of made me think, oh, they might add that to Rust. And you're probably thinking, what on earth are you about? Do you know Sandbox? Well, last night they had a notable, interesting update. It was to encourage people to play more games. And, well, how do you do that? Well, you implement a reward system. So what you had to do was you had to fulfill that over the course of, like, well, whenever, because you don't have to play consecutively. You can take a few days off and then return to this. But you had to have played on at least 7 separate days, 4 different games, which really isn't that hard, and unlock 6 achievements, which, again, really isn't that hard. It's just making sure you play on 7 different days. 30 minutes a day, it's not that hard to do. But then you could potentially get a reward. Wow! So, I was under the impression maybe something like that might have been added into a potential Battle Pass for Rust. Because if it works in Sandbox, don't you think they would have tried it in Rust? Now it seems that it might be a subscription system of some sort. Maybe it like gives you better access to premium servers and whatnot. And maybe they'll reward you with special skins and perks. It says so. We're still not fully sure what it is, but it still sounds like a battle pass system of sorts, but not in the name. Because honestly, I have been talking to my chat in like recent months discussing what on earth would they even do with a battle pass system. I only could think of like cosmetic things, skins. And, well, it kind of looks like they're doing that, but not calling it a battle pass. I don't think people would be upset with that, because it's not like you have to get this, if you understand. So, well, people are still complaining, they would. Anyway, yeah, whatever. So, all right, we'll see what becomes of that. I should also point out, ta-da! There was a hotfix. Thank you for Micro for pointing this out to me. Yeah, if you have a female character in Rust, your pants are no longer tucked into your boots. Hallelujah, yes. And as you'll see, Mr. Turner's like, this might have just brought me back into playing Rust. So I put the same clothes on again just to point out, yep, as you'll notice, they're no longer tucked in again. The game is saved. Yes. Right, so I think we've yapped enough. How about we go ahead then and look at those brand new skins. What a lovely, comfy little area. What a lovely view. I'd love to have a base around here, but I'll need some protection. And I think I got some very stylish protection right here. Oh, yes, indeed. We've got 2 auto turret skins being added to the same store. Let's get up nice and close. Here is the Murder Hornet, all nice and idle. Get a good look at that. Here's the No Mercy, all nice and idle. Now up close. Murder Hornet. Yes, look at that angry face. Yes. And then over to here. Get a good look at No Mercy. Now, I'm just going to lower the volume, because it might get a bit annoying. I'm sorry, but when we're up close, it's just constant. I'm sure you'd agree. Right, let's go ahead and give this a good look at night time, with the lights on nearby. And as you'll notice, we do have some nice reflection there for the No Mercy. Look at the emblem, the logo, looking pretty sweet. I think a lot of people would take a liking to that. But at $4, Hedge, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you bought one for yourself, sure, whatever. But for half the price, wouldn't you prefer the Murder Hornet? Look at that reflection there. Interesting yellow and black design. Looking pretty sweet, so yeah. What are your thoughts? Over to here when it's idle. Get a good look at both of them. Yep. And over to here, yep, same thing. Still looking nice and reflective. Looking pretty cool. How about we go ahead and look at both of them now in total darkness. I can confirm to you, No Mercy, it doesn't glow in the dark. But like every auto turret, when it's on the look, when it's on the prowl, it will emit its own light. So, I wonder that announcement in regards to camouflage auto turrets, it's like, I mean, they make their own light. Does it really matter? Anyway. So, yes, this does not glow in the dark. I can confirm that to you. But interestingly, as we go over to here, you'll notice something different with Murder Hornet. The skin creator decided to add like a backlight where the where the light appears. So if I just quickly do that, you'll think, oh, it's like an eyeball. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. It's as if it's an eyeball that you can also see at night time as well. So let's just get a good look at that. You don't see anything. And then back over to here. Get a good look at that. You see it? Yeah. So, alright. That does count as that being a glow-in-the-dark skin. And I will also sit here and say, I reckon for Halloween we're going to see a lot more of this. I reckon for Halloween 2026 we get like a scary looking creature with a scary eyeball constantly looking around. Well, skin creators, you might need to credit me as the person behind the idea. I'm just saying. But no, both of them are perfectly fine for what they are. But do consider how many more auto turret skins are we about to see? Twitch drops and kick drops included. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to be scrambled for and whatnot, because I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if someone out there wants to be the first person to get theirs as a drop. And now we move on to the electric furnaces. Get a good look at that. Let's just pan around the sun a little bit to get a good look at that during the day. Awesome looking design for Molten Visage. A perfectly befitting approach. But to truly appreciate this, we need to see this at night time. Yeah, that stands out very nicely. Get a good look at that. And from the top, as we slowly rise, oh yes, this piping hot red. And over to here, when it's not turned on, of course, yeah, it doesn't glow. If I were to turn the lights on though, as you'll notice, oh yeah, those dials are quite reflective. That's looking pretty sweet. Yes, now look at the branding. The skull there to the side, that's looking pretty cool. Yep. And of course you can see the exact same thing as we go around here. So, alright, well, what are your thoughts? It is quite pricey. There might be a lot more electric furnaces on the horizon. But that is a perfectly fine looking choice right there. I'm sure it'll keep you nice and warm, nice and molten. And then we have the transparent bamboo cage fridge. Could you utilize it as a interesting sort of barricade? Mr. Silver Spooks, it's in your hands. Anyway, let's just quickly establish. It's not very reflective. No. You can see it perfectly fine at night time when you've got a light nearby. But I should also point out, it doesn't glow in the dark. Now, like every single fridge skin that we are aware of and whatnot, if you plug it in, it will have the little light at the bottom. So, yeah, okay, fair enough then. But other than that, I'm not really sure what to expect. Could that get a lot more sales? Could we start seeing a lot more interesting transparent designs? Who knows? Best of luck to Skin Creator and their collection. I've been seeing some wacky acceptances recently, like that barbecue. What bamboo skin would you like to see being made next? They're going to say bamboo auto turret, but would that count as camouflage? We'll see. And then over to here. Oh, yes. Such an exquisite specimen this is. Yes, we get a good look. Yes. From Hell Armored Double Door. Now, we don't usually see that many Armored Double Door skins being accepted. And for what this is, okay. I've seen a previous sheet metal Double Door being accepted way back, and that's looking pretty sweet right now at the moment. Will you be appreciated as much, Armored Double Door? We'll keep an eye out. Nighttime look with the lights on nearby. Somewhat reflective. The chains do stick out quite a bit. Not too bad. But how does this look in total darkness? I can confirm to you that it's a very nice, bright, glow-in-the-dark Armored Double Door. Quite sinister. Scary even. Go for the comment below. Would that be perfectly fine for Halloween? In fact, if I can recall, From Hell actually started off as a Halloween collection. But then the Skin Creator just continued regardless, and well... yeah. So, looking pretty sweet. But what's your opinion? Comment below. Because now, we're moving over to here. What's this? Oh, okay then, that sticks out quite nicely. I will sit here and say I apologise in regards to the red light. The red light from the auto turret. Will you stop, please? I'm trying to showcase this skin. Unbelievable. But yeah, if you see the kind of random red... There you go. Do you see it? Yeah. Right, anyway. Aside from that, do you like what you see here? We have the miniaturized furnace. Looking no so nice. You know what? I'll also increase the volume now. Now we don't hear like the auto turret going... Perfectly fine, interesting looking green design. Now, I don't think you can camouflage a furnace. Like, wouldn't you hear it? If you know what I mean? And of course it emits its own light, so wouldn't you see it at night time and all that and whatnot? So, okay, understandable. So if I could just move this all the way around so you can see how it looks in the reflection from various angles. Also showcasing it at night time with the lights on nearby. Not too bad. Not too bad. What about from the top? Ah, it's nice and hot on the top. Total darkness. Yep, that stands out nicely. Like, it actually does light up. So that is a pretty interesting approach. So, okay, cool. And I also wanted to showcase this with lights on at night time, so, yep. Just wanted to showcase how reflective it appears and whatnot. Not too bad. So, yeah. A green furnace. It has, like, forest camouflage there. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to pull it off as a camouflage deployable. You can tell me what you think, but I must move on. Because what we have over to here is the training sleeping bag. And I'm just kind of... Let me lower the volume. I'm just kind of thinking, like, would this be greatly appreciated outside? Would it be fairly easy to hide and whatnot, and some shade and whatnot? And, of course, at night time, it's probably going to be harder to spot. You might question, what about the white stripes? When it's night time, it's not super easy to see. And also, night light's more of a thing that you see when you're holding something in your hands, like right in front of you. So, alright, whatever. Nighttime look. There appears to be some interesting reflection from the white stripes. But it's not exactly super shiny. And then, of course, in total darkness, I can confirm to you it does not glow in the dark. So, okay then, fair enough. Guess it's not going to be that much of a problem than if you're going to put it outside. So, right, cool. And then over to here. It certainly was a surprise. We have Cenotype small cards box. And let's, teach people again how to spell C-A-R-D-S. Cards. Can you read that? C-A-R-D-S. Cards. A lot of people to this day don't know how to read Cenotype. It's not in a different language. It's just very stylized English text. That was just one of the few problems with this collection, unfortunately, because people couldn't easily read it, and they didn't like that, because they wanted to be able to easily read what it is when large boxes were stacked on the side and whatnot, so whatever. Alright then, so yep, a very interesting, colourful, bright glow-in-the-dark design. What are your thoughts? Go for a comment below. Let's give this a good look during the day as well. Looking pretty sweet. Could we see this develop into a much more interesting small box collection of sorts? We'll have to wait and see. Let me just turn the lights on as well, because what I didn't do is I didn't showcase this at night time with the lights on, so back to here. Get a good look at that. Alright then, so that just so happens to be the final deployable. Let's now go ahead and move on to clothing and armor. And over to here, what do we have? With my eyes, I'm surprised. We've finally got the ever so nice looking Knights Templar road sign gloves and boots accepted. Now the jacket was quite a surprise. What, about a month ago? Yeah, it's about a month or two ago, wasn't it? That right there? Oh yes, that was a big surprise. Very stylish looking booties, I do say. Very exquisite, stylish looking booties. So, yep, that's looking pretty cool. And keep an eye on the sales. Will those boots and gloves match up to the sales we saw at the previous skins? It is now a full collection. And you know what? We should probably go ahead and showcase this with the full set in a second. But let's just get a good look at this at night time. Oh, look at the shine. It's not exactly like super reflective. It's not like beaming in my eyes. But it's noticeable. It's got that sheen. It's got that style. Yeah. Oh, those are some fine looking booties right there. Oh, yes. And of course, total darkness, because some people might ask, hey, does it glow in the dark? No. Can you see it? No, you can't. So, cool. Let's now go ahead and wear a full set. And get a good look at that. So I am wearing the jacket with this. With it being a recent acceptance, I thought, yeah, it's probably smart to do. They're suddenly getting appreciated a whole lot more, let me tell you that. So get a good look at the ever so lovely looking design. Right, so I do like how that lines up very nicely there. Look at that. Look at that. Lines up perfectly with the gloves. Booties. Oh, yes. Look at that. Yes. Yeah. No complaints here. I think that's a pretty cool looking set. Now, do consider watching my predictions video because, well, as I've already said, keep an eye on the sales. If this is an in-demand collection, and I'd love to ask you, do you like this set? Are you a fan of it? You might see those boots and gloves potentially work out very nicely in the future. Oh, yes, indeed. Now, to my surprise, it's not exactly super shiny and super reflective. I can see some shine, some sheen. It's not like in my face, so alright, cool, cool, cool. And then, of course, some total darkness. I can confirm to you it does not glow in the dark. Right then. So, with that, let's go ahead and showcase some more clothing armor skins. Now, for a fairly decent time, I was fully expecting this being accepted. I thought Naval Camo had quite a lot of momentum behind it. I don't think we actually have that many blue jackets. I thought that was a perfectly fine option. Well, after a while, eventually, complete the sets, boom. Here we are. Now, would you consider Naval Camo being the, being a in-demand collection? Because I don't think we have anything like it. All the other blue designs we have are like darker blue, shiny. This isn't shiny. That's why I'm led to believe a lot of people would be appreciating it. I don't personally consider it camouflage. I think that's just being silly. But for what it is, as I said, it's an interesting standout blue design. What do you think? And just to confirm at night time with the lights on nearby, does that look reflective and shiny to you? No, I don't. So, alright. Looking pretty sweet. Total darkness. I can confirm it doesn't glow in the dark. So, alright, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Well, how about I go ahead then and showcase this with some other clothing armor skins as well. There we are. A nice full blue collection. Now, will we ever see anything like this ever being made again? I'm not sure. Would you like to see a similar pattern design but red? Would you still refer to it as a camo set? I don't know. But yes, it's almost complete. We do have some tactical gloves in the workshop. I would be surprised if we see them as well. Got the backpack, the road sun gloves, and the boots. We've got hoodie and pants. We've got the jacket. We've got the tier 3 armor. Things are looking pretty sweet. Would you like some deplorables or something? I think that might be a pretty interesting way to take it. Naval Camo door. It's blue. So, surely in the ocean, you'd just see right through it, right? Haha. But there's also, like, the boat. Oh, make a rug. And it's all blue then. Whatever. Anyway. So, yeah. Nice to see it progress. Nice to see it sell nicely. Mishka, Svonspa, you've done fantastic work. But I guess now it's probably a perfectly fine time to consider considering making an AK. Thompson, some deplorables. What do the viewers want? Feel free to comment below. Total darkness. I can confirm to you as well, it does not glow in the dark. So I'm not sure where the collection goes from here and now. But I can't help but sit here and say I'm quite curious. So now, let's move on and showcase the tier 3 armor. Okay, here we are. Now, I will ask you, when you look at this, do you consider it to be a black collection? Or, well, I mean, you got like the white portions, don't you? That's kind of been a bit of a conflicting thing that I've always been questioning, because if you weren't fully well aware, we do tend to get quite a lot of black collections in regards to clothing and armor, well, like every year. Last year, you might recall, we had Tire Collection. We had Black Alligator for a while. But then, of course, before that, Commando, Black Diamond. And before that, I've seen, like, Dragon Rage. I've seen Black Gold. So, anyway, the point I'm trying to get across is all of those collections, most of them fully completed. Could this? Tier 2's on the workshop right now. I'm just saying. But does it need to be looked at as if it's a black collection? Because, I mean, it's got white in it. I mean, one thing I could consider doing is, like, moving really far away. So, let's go ahead and just... Ooh. So as I get further and further and further away, I might hit the door. Oh, look, do you see that? It looks as if it becomes mostly black. So that's what makes me look at it and say, you know what, I look at this as if it's a black collection. That might sound a bit silly, but yeah, whatever. Right, let's get back over there. Never mind the helicopter making all the noise. So, okay. Looking pretty sweet. How about we go ahead? Give this a quick look at night time. Total darkness, just to point out that yes, whilst it might have some white portions, you still can't see it. It doesn't glow in the dark. Now, let's consider getting rid of that helicopter and putting on the hoodie and pants. Okay, well, here we are. I remember people were kind of a bit iffy with the hoodie and pants because they're like, it's a little bit shiny, isn't it? Why is it so glossy? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I will also point out, notice the kilt here? Oh, I'm just saying. Maybe we could see it being accepted in the future. I kind of wouldn't be surprised. If Face Punch were more than happy to grab that tier 3 and finally get accepted, I'm sure we could see the same happen with the tier 2. Who's hoping? Anyway, so, nighttime look. Let's pan around. It's somewhat shiny. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Alright then. And of course, total darkness. Just to point out that, yeah, it doesn't glow in the dark. It doesn't stand out. It isn't easier to spot compared to any other sort of clothing armor. Well, rather, you know, the ones that there are some that glow. But anyway, yep. So, yep. Are you a fan of the set? Are you looking forward to more? What else would you like to see being made? Does it have to just be clothing and armor? Would you like some weapons? What about some deployables? Leave a comment below. And now let's move on and showcase the weapon skins. Okay, time for the weapons and the tool skins. And what do we have here? That looks like a rooster. So clearly it's called the rooster bow, right? Yeah, no. It's the cock bow hedge, right? The time has passed, we can say it now, I'm sure. Yep, that's a perfectly fine looking addition. This collection has been pretty goofy. But, hey, Face Punch likes it. They love, I shouldn't say that part, but anyway, let's just go over and, right. Do you notice it's got transparency? And weirdly, it's waving. Do you see that? Like, if I just try and stay still, look at the pattern between those two yellow lines there. Do you see it? That's goofy. Anyway. Yep. Looks fine to me. Looks a-okay. How's it look at night time? Let's go ahead and find out. Does it oh, actually, no, that stands out quite nicely. Yeah, I could see that perfectly. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, well, yep, okay. No complaints here. Let's go over to here then. Give that a good look, and then we'll strike a pose. Not exactly super reflective. The tape's a little bit. Right, how might I pose? Do I kind of go like this, and then boom, and then, yeah, that'll do. Right. So, yeah. It does have some transparency. Not the absolutely most helpful transparency compared to some other bows. Like, you know, Hellcore bow, Redemption bow. We've had them recently, and, well, I would say they're probably a little bit better with their transparency. Probably a little bit more reliable as well in regards to their collections. But this just keeps getting acceptances. I'm aware there's a furnace. But what would you like to see being made next? What sort of cock-related skin would you like to see being made next? Okay. I'm so sorry. Let's just move on with our lives and, yeah. So, what do we have over here? Ah, yes, we've got ourselves a nice-looking custom SMG. Exquisite. Lovely. Yes. So, it's the Cell Custom SMG. Yeah, nice bit of cell shading. Looking perfectly fine. Could also get a nice looking third person. Oh, where did all the lights go? I've got to move the sun around, make it a little bit brighter. I'll do. There we are. Yes. Alright then. So, a perfectly fine looking addition for the collection. but I will sit here and say it's basically a standard custom SMG skin. Unfortunately, that doesn't bode well for it in regards to potential investments, but that's a discussion for the predictions video. What I can sit here and say is, it's got a very nice style to it, a sort of turquoise coloration, looks pretty sweet, and at night time, I can confirm to you it's pretty easy to see, it's pretty easy to spot. So, for what it is, it's still a nice looking skin. And I certainly would like to see more of the Cell weapons and tools in the future, so with this surprise edition today and complete the sets, will the skin creator consider it? It's in their hands. Doesn't appear to be super shiny and super reflective, so alright, that's cool. Striker pose look pretty. Boom. So, yeah. What are your thoughts? Keep an eye on the sales if you must. Keep an eye out for potential collection continuations. I reckon we could see more of this in the future. Alright then. So, with that, let's now go ahead and showcase the final weapon for the video. Now, I should point out, well, hang on a minute. That's not skinned. What's going on? I thought this would be a nice little showcase just to understand that what I'm about to show you is quite special. Oh. Now, I will ask, because I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure we've had another transparent aim sight bolt action rifle before. And I will keep an eye on the sales. I'll do a special short video the next day when I see the, when I've seen the first 24 hours of the sales. So I'll save the comparisons for then. But I've got to say, that's looking pretty sweet. But of course, you still want to see like a scope and whatnot, don't you? So back over to here. Give that a good look. And then over to here. Boom. Yeah, I'm sure to agree. That looks to be pretty sweet. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people want this. But with the sales we've seen so far, it's a bit debatable. So anyway, third person look. Let's get up nice and close. Look at that tiger. Ferocious. It's an exquisite look at the skin. But you know what we should do? Shoot. Reload. And look at it at night time. Because if it's going to have a nice... Oh, that's actually very good. I can see that perfectly fine. If it's going to have a nice, transparent, standout aim sight, does it still look good at night time? Does it have good night light? Yes, yes, I can see that perfectly fine. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, cool. So what are your thoughts in regards to that? Well, some people definitely gonna... Okay, right. Okay, the monuments just informed me I almost forgot to show this with a scope. So let's quickly go ahead and grab the scope. What are you talking about? It's the deep sea. Alright, anyway. Get a good look at that with the scope there. Very nice. Pan around. We're giving it a good look. And there's a nice looking bolt action rifle. And then of course people ask me, hey, can you aim down with it? Alright, yeah, sure, there you go. Yeah, I mean, what were you expecting? Alright. Cool. Cool. Nighttime look? Yes, please. Alright. Looking nice and shiny here. Oh, I think what I meant to do is I meant to show this here first, and Hedge, you do this all the time. What, mistakes? Yeah. Yes, look at that. And then we'll strike a pose. So it's somewhat shiny. It's ever so stylish. It's another heat seeker weapon skin. But will it line up nicely like the ones from last year, which all turned out to be very nice investments? Well, that's a discussion for the predictions video. Other than that, all I can ask is, do you like it? What weapon skins would you like to see being made next? Could we see tools? I get a hammer? Jackhammer? Oh, that might be pretty sweet. Well, it's up to Skin Creator. Keep an eye on their workshop this weekend. I'm sure we'll see some very interesting additions, potentially. Now, don't forget, right now, you can get the kick drops. For around 10 days, there's a lot of interesting skins to get for absolutely free. Pay to win skins that you don't even have to pay for, just watch for. I mean, watch to win. But no, seriously. Both the doors, the AK, the SKS, they are special. They are very interesting. And the other skins, very nice and stylish. Don't miss out on these, okay? Make sure you've got your kick account Make sure it's connected to your Steam account. Just go to kick.facepunch.com. I'll link it in the description, right? Click the top right here, sign in, get yourself connected, and then, of course, watch all the streams. All you have to do is just click these and it'll send you to those streams. Simple as. So, all right, cool. And, of course, if you want to get a good look at those brand new kick drops, well, they're all on display here. They're all showcased right here. Yep, all the chapters. You get the idea. Cool, cool, cool. Now, is there anything else we should address? Well, have you been keeping an eye on the commits? Last week, we had the update. Now it's just kind of sitting here and waiting and wondering, all right, what's next? Well, seems the apartment complex monument probably might be getting closer and closer to being finished. I think that might not happen till August. We'll see, we'll see. Like, by now, we would have seen, like, some videos showcasing the preliminary design and whatnot. We haven't seen that yet, so I think it's not going to be until August. But what I can talk about... What's that about? Why they suddenly talk about glowing wallpapers? Of course, with the kick drops, we got 2 glow-in-the-dark wallpapers being given away for absolutely free. So, I mean, it's not for that. I'm not sure if they're doing some sort of charity thing. But we don't have, like, another holiday until, well, Halloween. And that's not for another, 4.5 months? Yes. So I'm just kind of sitting here looking and thinking, could that be a charity skin, maybe? Or maybe it is like a special drop in the future. Of course, we are expecting drops for every single month for the rest of this year. So, all right, cool. Keep an eye out for that. But they're cooking on something here. And they're also cooking with this glass AK-47. A fully transparent glass AK-47, I guess. Is that good? Is that good? I don't know. But considering what we just had with the bolus crossbow being accepted, and, well, notably the garage door in the Industrial Decor DLC, I'm starting to question, could these proposed DLC special skins lead to issues with future skins being accepted in Rust stores? Case in point, I've made a video quite literally talking about this. So not that, this right here. Specifically talking about the bolus crossbow and the garage door. I do some comparisons, I have some discussions, and let me tell you, you will be surprised. If you have not seen a proper showcase of this garage door, you'll be surprised with what you can do with it. Standing indoors, looking out, you can see reasonably well. But if you're outside, looking indoors, you can't see very well. Tinted, transparent windows. What? So when you see it for yourself, you'll be pleasantly surprised. And of course, I do compare with some notable $10 garage doors right here. And that right here, with its DLC, $13. But you get so much more out of it. So, okay, cool. And the $5 bolus crossbow. That's very approachable. Only $5. But isn't that a big problem for notable transparent crossbow skins like Stinger and Cargo Heli crossbow? Well then, so consider giving that a good watch. And that pretty much should be everything that needs to be said. I think I've covered everything. I think I've kept you informed. Keep an eye out with the player count and whatnot. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more students out of school and whatnot soon enough. And I think it's going to really pick up soon. So, all right, cool. So we'll see what the sales are like. And of course, if you care, we'll be doing the abnormal barders next week. Are we going to see high sales though? Is it going to be a quiet week? Or is it going to pick up and then it turns out it is a busy week? We'll see. And so that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Have a pleasant evening. Have a pleasant weekend. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.